Hello, this is Math Wiz Watson, and my goal is to empower you. Let's look at integers and absolute value. It helps if you already know how to evaluate expressions. So let's look at the two definitions, and then we'll get into some examples. First, integers are positive and negative whole numbers. That is, there are no fractions and no decimals. Integers are whole numbers like 1, 2, -1, and -2. Absolute value, a distance a number is from 0. To further understand these concepts, we need to look at something we call a number line, and introducing the concept of negative numbers. If you're only used to dealing with numbers that start from 0 and go on in a positive direction, you'll see on this number line we have something called negative numbers. So these numbers go on to infinity in a negative direction, just like the numbers go on to infinity in a positive direction. On this number line, we only have numbers that go from -10 to +10. We put those arrows to show that the number line doesn't just stop there. It continues on to infinity. And those positive and negative numbers are called integers. And if we look at the second definition, absolute value is said to be the distance a number is from 0. What that means is that -5 and +5, for instance, are the same in absolute value. They're both 5 units from 0. And so when we write it, if I want to take the absolute value of -5, I use these two vertical lines to represent absolute value, and that tells me that the absolute value of -5 is just 5, and that's just telling me I'm 5 units away from 0, whereas the absolute value of 5 is also 5, and it's 5 units away from 0. And so that's just how we write it. So let's look at the following integers. We have 4, -3, 0, and 6, where remember 0 is also an integer. If we wanted to plot these, that is, put these on the number line, I would just go to 4. So now that's 4 on the number line. -3, 0, and 6. So that's how you plot integers on a number line. And so we can use the number line to evaluate integer expressions. Let's take the following expression where we have -3 plus 1. We can evaluate it on the number line in the following fashion. We start at -3, and we add 1, so we go back this way, plus 1 is a -2. So -3 plus 1 is -2 if we use the number line. And in this next example, we have 8 plus a -4. So we do the same thing. We'll start at 8, and now we go -4. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. So 8 plus a -4 is just 4. And so we can evaluate absolute value expressions such as the following example. I want to evaluate the expression the absolute value of a minus 1. For this example, a equals -4. So we substitute the value of -4 for a. So the absolute value of -4 minus 1. Well, we know the absolute value of -4 is just 4 minus 1. And so 4 minus 1 is 3. And in this next example, we want to find the absolute value of a plus 10, where a is still -4. So we substitute -4 for a, so that's absolute value of -4 plus 10. Absolute value of -4 is just 4 plus 10. So the absolute value of a plus 10 is 14. So that's integers, absolute value, and the number line. Here's where I reveal a secret that you can use to boost your grades. Always pay attention when a teacher says, follow all steps and show your work. When you follow all steps and show your work, it allows the teacher the opportunity to see where you go wrong. Then you can receive that valuable partial credit that could be the difference between success and failure. So click the notification bell if you want to be the first to know when I upload another video and reveal more secrets to keep you one step ahead of the competition. Hopefully this video was helpful to you. Please like, subscribe, share, support.